Hello, Artful Manifestors. Thank you for joining. Thank you for all the likes, subscribes, shares, comments. I do enjoy it so much. I love reading your comments and hearing about what's going on in your lives. I love that you comment on each other's comments. I love that interaction in this beautiful community that you are a part of building together. Today's reading, we will be receiving a message from your ancestors. And before we get into that, I do want to share with you that I am giving away a free personalized tarot reading. All you have to do to qualify is subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, like this video, and comment Flower Moon. I'll be announcing the winner on May 23rd, 2024. During the next full moon. I'm trying to do these drawings with the moon cycles. So every new moon and full moon, there will be a winner announced. So keep coming back and commenting, and hopefully you'll be able to get that free personalized tarot reading. The ones I've done so far have been absolutely lovely. I've really enjoyed connecting individually with your energy. You are all truly beautiful souls. Thank you so much for your support. If you're new to the channel, welcome. You are in wonderful company. All right, we are connecting to your ancestors, and I do ask you to connect to your guides and or ancestors at this time and ask for their assistance in interpreting any images that you see, any sounds you may hear either on your end or mine, and of course the message that I share. If you noticed that it looks a little different today, that is because they are doing construction right outside my house, and it's been a little bit noisy, so I was hoping that switching to a different area would help it to be a little bit quieter. Please let me know what you think about the new location, different table. Let me know if it sounds a little bit clearer for you with a little bit less background noise. All right, for pile number 1, we have water. And for pile number 2, we have medicine bag. And for pile number 3, we have birds. You may already know which drawing reading you're most drawn to, but in case you want to be introduced to the objects, let me do that now. So for pile number 1, we have this little stone with a hole in it. And for pile number 2, we have a feather. For pile number 3, we have an abandoned paper wasp nest. All right, whichever object and or card you're most drawn to is probably the reading that's meant for you. You're always welcome to listen to 2 or even all 3 of the readings, as they may be messages from different ancestors, or they may shed additional light on your life, maybe different areas of your life, and you'll find a link to those readings in the description box below. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose the card Water, and it says here expression. And you can see a figure here in the water. Water does have a spirit, and water can cleanse you. This card also speaks of what kind of energy you have at this time, whether you are hopeful or doubtful, worried or confident. And you also chose the fairy stone or witch stone or hag stone. And if you have listened to my readings before and chosen this particular stone, then you know I found this stone underneath my sycamore tree, and definitely feels very magical. It is historically it's been used, these types of stones have been used for protection and divination. All right, let's see how these energies combined along with the tarot and oracle cards to find out what your ancestors want to convey to you today. All right. Oh, there is a card that is turned upright. The Four of Wands. Let's go ahead and take that. The Four of Wands is about stability. We see here they have plenty of food and drink. It's also about celebrating your successes. And we have the Two of Chalices, which is about harmony. It can be harmony within yourself, harmony within your relationships. What messages do you have for pile number 1? Let's go ahead and take all 4 of these. We have the Ten of Wands. Tens, of course, are completion, but the Ten of Wands is also about feeling burdened. So we see this person, they've already completed their work, and they are headed to the top of this hill or mountain, carrying all of that bundle by themselves. And it looks like they're really struggling. She's putting her hand down to give her assistance to have the strength to make it to the top. I have no doubt that she'll make it to the top. And we see a little squirrel here, which squirrels are very busy, always doing. So perhaps you have been feeling that there's an imbalance in your relationship or relationships. We have nature. And we see this bear trap here and a bear here, as well as these nature spirits dancing behind him. So perhaps he is closing the bear trap so that it doesn't capture the bear or injure the bear. You can see little fairy lights. And we have the Page of Wands. So this is beginning something new. Pages are the beginning of the court cards, so beginning something new. And with wands, that could be something spiritual, or it could be physical work, action, beginning to take action, expanding. The story with this card is that this young person is getting ready to take their herbs to the market. They have them loaded up on their mule. And what this is making me think of is the Ten of Wands. Here we have somebody carrying this bundle of sticks by themselves. And the Page of Wands is the very next card. Here they have help. They have this mule to help carry their goods so that they can lighten their load. So something about nature and connecting with nature is going to help bring you that balance within yourself or your relationships. And the Queen of Wands, I love that. So we had the Ten of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Four of Wands. Lots of energy, lots of work, lots of going. So I feel that your ancestors really want you to bring balance into your life, work-life balance. All right, I think that's a little better. Let's draw some oracle cards. They're telling me like attracts like. And this burden is your energy of the energy of this card is self-sacrificing and feeling like you can't depend on others, or that others aren't going to help you, or that you have to carry the burden alone, or that you have to sacrifice one thing in order to complete another thing. And with the Queen of Wands, it's very optimistic. Your ancestors want you to release any negativity around your situation. And it seems most likely it's about work, with the Four of Wands, the Ten of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Queen of Wands. I do see you completing something successfully with the Four of Wands, but it's going to be up to you if you do this, begrudgingly, I guess is what they're saying to me, or if you take on this new perception, this optimism. Be careful of the choices that you make. There could be a danger. There are consequences to choices, good and bad. And what they want you to know is that you're protected. This card, it's nature, but it looks so dark. It could be negative thought patterns, negative beliefs, versus look how bright this card is, and this person is casting a circle of protection. And they're young and innocent, curious. So when others do things or say things that may may activate something in you that triggers a negative emotional response or thought pattern. Stay curious. Ask them, what did you mean by that? If it, if it really bothers you. Otherwise, just know that you're protected and trust that everything is going to work out for your highest good, and adopt the energy of the Queen of Wands. Be confident in yourself like the Queen of Wands. Be dedicated, loyal, optimistic. Like attracts like. So if you perceive your relationships, whether they're at work or other, but I feel for many of you it's work. If you're always seeing this other person or people in a certain way that's a negative light, then that's how they're going to keep showing up for you. So either think about people that show up for you in a positive light, or think about the times that those people did things that you like. It's the law of attraction. The more you think about what they're doing wrong, the more that's going to occur in your life. What else do you want, pile? Oh, number 1 to know. Moss agate, positivity, change. What did I tell you? Yeah, a transformation in how you're thinking. We see the chrysalis here, the caterpillar, and the butterfly. And moss agate can help you to facilitate this positivity, this change in your outlook. And what you could do is get some moss agate or get some stones that you like and put them on your desk at work or wherever you're working to remind you to stay focused on the light, stay focused on what's going right. Any opportunity you get to show appreciation for what others do is going to facilitate more of them showing up for you the way that you want them to. So with the water cleansing, it's about cleansing these negative beliefs and thoughts. No one's disputing that these people may have, not shown up in the best way in the past, but it's going to be more beneficial for you to be the light and to shine your light, shine your positivity on others, and you'll start to see a change in your environment and in your relationships. Let's draw some more oracle cards from this deck and see what other messages your ancestors have for you at this time. Goat. Interesting. I don't think I've drawn this card yet from this deck. What I know about goats is that they're excellent climbers, although this goat is not depicted on a mountainside. It could be that you are working to climb the ladder at work, and this positive change in your outlook will increase that elevation. Let's draw some more cards and see what other messages do your ancestors have for you at this time. And I know I'm talking a lot about work. For some of you, this may be a personal relationship. They're telling me that. For some of you, it's a personal relationship. It could be a roommate or a partner or a friend or family member. And based on past experiences and how they've acted, you keep seeing them in that way because that's what history has shown you. And so if you want to keep this person in your life, then start noticing what they're doing right. And of course, the other option is to not spend as much time with that person or to not keep that person in your life. Ruins. So again, what we see is an old structure crumbling, breaking down. So it's an old belief system that is now crumbling and breaking down. Your belief around this person or these people is something of the past that your ancestors are encouraging you to get rid of, to release it, and to take on the energy of the Queen of Wands. Let's see, what else? What other messages do pile number one's ancestors have for them at this time? So this one wants to come out. The Mystic. The Mystic has this snake right here. And, you know, what they're showing me is, have you ever seen in cartoons when somebody has a little angel on one shoulder and a little devil on the other shoulder, whispering in their ear, telling them to do something or not do something? And so it's like this snake represents these thoughts that you have, these doubts. And again, you know, your ancestors are showing up as this water to cleanse away these doubts. The energy of this card, the meaning of this card relates to seeking inner balance through nature. And I love that that's coming out right underneath this card, nature. And again, this card is about making the right choices. And we see that it's dark and he could be in danger. Is the bear going to help him, or thankful, or, you know, is he setting this trap to catch the bear or not catch the bear? The choice is his. And is the bear going to be thankful, or is the bear going to see who's setting the traps, you know, to catch him and not be thankful? So it's that. And the other thing that's interesting is we see here the Ten of Wands, this person climbing, and goats climb. The difference is goats do it with ease, with confidence. They're very agile. They stand on these tiny little ledges, balancing. So again, there's that message of balance. And so the way to bring balance into your life is this inner harmony. And that inner harmony, that relationship with yourself, is going to give you the confidence, release any self-doubts or worry about whether or not you can complete this task. And then you'll have the energy of the goat where you can complete the task easily. You're going to find ways to lighten your load. The main burden that you're carrying are these doubts. This, maybe you don't believe that you deserve this or that you're not capable enough. And your ancestors want you to know that you absolutely are. The energy of the goat card is almost the Crone card upright. And with the Crown card coming out, the Crone card coming out in reverse, what that's telling me is that you may not be feeling confident, and it's just these self-doubts from the past, from past experiences, and your ancestors want you to wash that away and believe in your ability to climb, your ability to find the right step, the right path, to have confidence in yourself, to be optimistic, to release any fears, to find inner balance also by spending time in nature. I really love your ancestors, how clearly they are communicating your message. Let's get one more card from this oracle deck. Oh, there we go. Light. See, be the light. Be the light. Shine your light. Shine. Shine like the Queen of Wands, your positivity. And express that with others. Share that with others. All right, let's get a card from this deck. What other message does pile number one's ancestors have for them at this time? What other message does pile number one's ancestors have for them at this time? And I do put the names of all the cards that I use in the description box below if that's something that you're interested in. All right, this may be too many, but we'll see. All right, we have Earth Guardians, stay rooted and grounded. Don't get carried away with your thoughts. Don't let your fears control your emotions, your thoughts. It's just a habit. How we think is a habit. So when you catch yourself doubting yourself or thinking the worst case scenario, go outside, stay rooted, stay grounded, do what you can to ground yourself. You are protected. You know, we have this stone that's protection. We see this ring of protection being cast. And there's also a message of clear sight, clarity, not having this clouded belief. All right. Knight, be brave and honest. Be honest with yourself and with others. Be brave. There it is again. Have confidence. Shaman, trust in higher forces. There you go. Your ancestors are with you, guiding you, supporting you. They want you to succeed. Let me put this up here so you can see it. Stargazer, set your sights higher. There we go. There's that idea of you climbing like the goat. And dream your journey. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Worry is a negative prayer. And, you know, they're telling me, be honest, be brave and be honest. Some of you may be telling yourself that it's too hard to get to the top because you're afraid that you don't have what it takes. But, or you're telling yourself that you don't even want to get to the top because you're afraid that you won't be able to fulfill whatever you need to fulfill to get there. And your spirit guides, your ancestors are saying, believe in yourself. Crumble any kind of those thoughts. Wash them away. You're protected. Trust that this is your path. Set your sights on this peak. Be optimistic about it. And bring balance into your life by spending time in nature and just catching yourself when you have these doubts, either about yourself or others, and replace it with, let's see what good comes out of this. I trust that I'm protected. I trust that the universe is guiding me to my destination. Pile number 1, I love your ancestors. They're absolutely amazing. If you would like to explore a deeper conversation with your ancestors or even with a passed on loved one or your guides, you can now book a reading with me through my website, which is linked in the description box below. And for a limited time, I'm giving away free 20-minute channelings to anyone who purchases a tarot reading. So if that's something you're interested in, please contact me. Pile number 1, I have thoroughly enjoyed connecting to your ancestors. They believe in you. They see your strength, your resilience, your ability to climb, succeed, and they are already celebrating your successes, your achievements. Believe in yourself. Believe in your dream. Focus on what you want, and before you know it, you will be there. Wishing you the best on this beautiful journey. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the card Medicine Bag, Treasure. So you may have your own medicine bag or altar, and you may even have begun this practice intuitively. It's something that your ancestors did, and they want you to know that they feel a strong connection to you, that you feel a strong connection to them. And they see you doing things that they did. You also chose the feather, and it's interesting that the third pile was birds, but feathers would be objects that you might find in a medicine bag as well, and each bird has its own unique medicine. But because the third reading is birds, there may be a message for you in that reading as well. I'm not sure. I haven't done this reading or that reading yet, but there is that connection with the feather and the birds. This is a pigeon feather, and pigeons were domesticated to carry messages for people. So there could be a message in your reading today, either about communication with other people or communication with spirit, your ancestors, your guides. So let's get some information from the cards and see what pile number 2's ancestors want them to know at this time. What message does pile number 2's ancestors have for them? All right, we have the High Priestess. That is you, regardless if you're male or female. The energy of the High Priestess, a very creative, magical person. So some of you may be practicing some kind of rituals where you're setting intentions and coupling ritual with your intentions to manifest what you want in your life. And they see you doing that, working with the energies of nature and elements and spirit to help you manifest your desires. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Seven is a very spiritual number. And we see here somebody that is working on their craft, improving their skills. I see that you're cultivating your spiritual practice. Taking pride in your work. Perhaps some of you are ready to start sharing it with others if you haven't, or if you have been, you may be getting ready to level up in that area. What other message does, oh, one flipped over and went back inside the deck. All right, 2 actually. So we have 3 of Pentacles. Yes. So again, I see you leveling up in your skills, fine-tuning your skills, and being recognized for that. So you've been working on improving your skills, your craft, and now you're being recognized for that. And the Earth Mother, you're very creative. Your ancestors are so impressed with you, so proud of you. They just have this great sense of pride watching you live your life the way that you're living it. You're a very nurturing, creative, magical person. And they feel honored by the actions that you express in your life, the way that you cultivate your spirituality and recognize the beauty of nature. They watch all of that, all the little ways that you honor them and nature. What other message does pile number 2's ancestors have for them? The Horned God. Love that. You got the Earth Mother and the Horned God. So many of you are recognizing the gifts of nature, spending time in nature, or bringing nature indoors in your own way, whether it's through plants or animals or both. You may be very connected to birds or enjoy listening to the birds sing or bird watching. And if you don't, then this is a message from your ancestors to start seeking the restorative benefits of nature, of Mother Nature, Earth Mother, and everything that she has to offer. I see that some of you may even be crafting with objects from nature, making wreaths or some kind of sculptures, or even just placing objects from nature on your altar. What other messages does pile number 2's ancestors have for them? All right, this may be too many, but we'll see if we can fit them. Let's see, we have the King of Chalices. Love that. Look at the little honeybee. Yeah, I see you working with honeybee medicine. Again, you know, that's interesting. I know that I have a wasp nest, not a honeycomb, but they're showing me this bee and there's the feather. So that's 2 connections now to pile number 3. And again, I haven't read that reading yet, but they're telling me that some of you may want to listen to that reading as well. So, and here's another little bee. Maybe, and another one, and he doesn't seem bothered by it. There's 4 bees here that I see. What they're telling me is that, you know, you may be one of those people who, you may even set things out like little dishes with stones or marbles with a little bit of water in it to feed the bees. Some of you may be feeding the birds, the hummingbirds. And if you're not doing that, then again, this is a nudge from your ancestors to start doing that. But they're showing me that many of you are already doing this. You're already honoring the different spirits that bring you your food. They're showing me you blessing your food before you consume it by recognizing all the little insects, the sun, the water, all of the elements that went into creating what you consume, and being appreciative of the nourishment that it provides for you. You have such a beautiful energy, pile number 2. So caring and authentic and compassionate. I love your energy. The Wild Hunt, which is the Tower card. So something happening very suddenly, quickly. And the Queen of Chalices. Love that you got the Queen and the King. And, you know, we have that in between. We have those with the Tower in between. Very interesting. So what that tells me is that you're either learning to, or you already have, excuse me, you have already gotten to a place where when things happen, they don't knock you off balance. You know, you look for the silver lining, you embrace change, you say, let's see what good comes out of this. Or you may say things like, well, this was meant to be, this is probably showing me a different path that's better for me, things like that. The King of Pentacles. Wow, two kings, the King of Chalices and the King of Pentacles. You're very earthy and balanced. You know, we have kings and queens, the Earth Mother and the Horned God. You just seem like a really amazing person. That's how your ancestors view you, as this really beautiful, amazing person, pile number one. Let's draw some oracle cards and see what other messages your ancestors have for you. So far, they just love you. Oh, all right, that flew out. Chamomile, gentleness, relaxation, sleep. Yes, that's what I get from you, this really gentle energy. You just seem so kind and gentle. Make sure that you are gentle with yourself as well. Not just with others, but with yourself. Show the same kindness to yourself that you show to others. What other messages do you have for pile number one? What other messages does number two, does pile number two's ancestors have for them? You're very practical. Nope, that's too many. Let me keep it going. What other messages do you have for pile number two? What other messages does pile number two's ancestors have for them? I do put the names of all the cards that I use in the description box below if that's something that you're interested in. Oh, here we go. Mortar and pestle, yes. Again, I see you learning about plants, using plant medicine, and really magicking. Integration, subtlety, thoroughness. Yes, so they're telling me you're that kind of person that works quietly in the background, but you're very powerful. You're not a person that pushes their energy onto others or in other situations. And if you feel that you are, then this is a reminder that you have the ability to be subtle and gentle. And they're telling me that you make the mundane magical. They're showing me, you know, you doing things like adding essential oils or some kind of plant medicine to your laundry. so that you carry the blessings, the energy of that plant in your clothes, like armor, but also as a gentle way to bless people that you encounter. Pile number 2, you just seem so amazing. I want to meet you. You have such beautiful energy. What other message do you have for pile number 2? What other message does pile number 2's ancestors have for them? Oh, all right, that's too many, but I am gonna, well, let's just take them all, I think. All right, we have buds, new beginnings, expansion. So something new is happening, and I think probably as a result of this recognition, some kind of upskill in your craft. And we see here that this is an eye. So it's like the sight of something, and understanding your third eye, your crown chakra opening to a deeper understanding of spirit, of plant medicine, of nature spirits, the Devic realm. Moss agate, positivity and change. This card did come out in pile number 1. The message in pile number 1 was very different, but if you felt drawn to pile number 1, there may be a message there for you. So again, something is going to happen it's going to be either an aha moment or a disruption, but I see it, even if it is a catalyst for some huge change for you, I see you experiencing it like a little bump in the road, because we see the King of Chalices and the Queen of Chalices on either side, and then the King of Pentacles. So just be practical and learn how to be adaptable. I say learn, but I know that you are adaptable, but just keep in mind how you can integrate this change into your life in a positive way, because it's going to be the beginning of something that's going to expand your vision. It's going to be a positive change. And then lavender. Again, we have chamomile and lavender. The King of Chalices and the Queen of Chalices. Tranquility, kindness, self-care. So again, remember to extend the kindness that you extend to others, also to yourself. There's that message again. You are indeed a kind and gentle soul. Just make sure that you're extending that kindness to yourself. Pile number 2. What other messages do you have for pile number 2? Oh. Let's see what we have here. We have the memory, which is about focusing on memories that you cherish and letting go, releasing other memories. So perhaps this tower moment, it will help to facilitate you releasing those type of memories. All right, you also have the hair, which is agile and fast. So again, this tells me that it is going to be a quick change, but it's going to be a blessing that's going to bring about abundance and prosperity. And the preserver. I love this. We see a magpie, which magpies are very good communicators. They are in that family of birds like ravens and blue jays. This family of birds that are very good at vocalization. And what I see is one of your upskills as a result of this wild boar hunt tower moment is you're going to upskill your communication. Let's draw some oracle cards from this deck. What other message does pile number 2's ancestors have for them? All right, they have animal guardian, trust your instincts. Yes. And again, we see somebody surrounded by nature, surrounded by animals. So even if you don't have a pet, you have animal spirits, nature spirits around you. They are just drawn to your beautiful energy. Look at how all of these animals are embracing her. Wow, you have such a beautiful energy, pile number 2. And High Priest. Look at that. You got the High Priestess and the High Priest. Intend and create. I told you you're creating something. You're very creative. Focus on what it is that you want and create it. Trust your instincts in this endeavor. And Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. I feel that's what this Tower Wild Boar Hunt card is about. And the memory is there's something that's going to happen. And even if you falter, feel uncomfortable, you're going to move through it very quickly. You're going to gain your balance, composure back, and you're going to have healed something major and move beyond your ancestral patterns. Wonderful. Just going to put that there so we can see all of them. Amazing pile number 2. Such amazing, beautiful energy. And now we see the Queen of Chalices there in the center of your reading. They're telling me that, again, you are a very supportive, nurturing, empathic, psychic person, and people may be drawn to you because of this. They, on an unconscious, energetic level, know that you're somebody that will empathize. And so you just want to make sure that you're nurturing yourself, that you are practicing self-care. And in that way, you'll be able to keep your cup full. Just don't allow others to drain your energy. When somebody is sharing with you, then you can just say in your mind, my energy stays with me, their energy stays with them. We come together in the field and we both get healed. And just kind of picture yourself as like a sieve, as not a sponge, and allow those energies that they share, those stories, those memories that they share to pass through you rather than you absorbing them or holding on to them. And the way you can do that is by staying grounded and doing that self-care, practicing that self-care. Preserve yourself, preserve your energy. Call in your animal guardians, your spirit guides, your ancestors to protect your energy, and ask them to help you to transmute this other person's energy or to allow it to just pass through you like the waves coming and going. Just, the person shares something and then release it rather than holding on to it. Beautiful energy. Yeah, that's your medicine bag. Pile number 2 is just learning to allow that energy to be shared with you, but then release it, not holding on to it, just like you can't hold on to a wave. It's this energy, so don't hold on to other people's stories that they share, their energy. That's not your job. And if somebody is, overstepping, taking advantage of your good nature, just remember to set boundaries with them. Be practical with yourself and what you can allow into your life. You're so magical and beautiful, pile number 2. So happy to have connected with your energy, and I am wishing you the best on this upskill. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the card Birds, Freedom. And it's interesting, pile number 2 has the feather as the object with that card. And you have the paper wasp nest, and there were bees that showed up in that reading. So if you were drawn to pile number 2, there may be a message for you in that reading. As we go through your reading, I'll let you know if I sense any other signs and synchronicities pointing you towards pile number 2. All right, let's see what your ancestors want you to know at this time. What message does pile number 3's ancestors have for them? I do put the names of all the cards that I use in the description box below if that's something that you're really interested in. Whew. That was a lot that fell out, but this one fell out first. I'm going to take that. 7 of Chalices. So we see a lot of different kinds of cups, different offerings to choose from, and different influences whispering in this person's ear. It looks like they're holding a little money bag, like they're trying to decide which one they want. But they may be having difficulty hearing their inner voice over these outside distractions or influences. Butterflies may be a sign for you, because what they're telling me is that the right choice is being selected by the butterfly in this picture. Let's get some more cards and see what other messages your ancestors want to give to you at this time. All right, we got a few. Let me pick them up off the floor. All right, we have the 9 of Chalices. And the 9 of Chalices is wishes coming true. So here it's like somebody trying to decide what they want. And here they've already achieved what they wanted. We have all of their choices, their manifestations up here on the mantle behind them. And it's like, what's next? Divining what is next. And we have the 5 of Chalices. So it could be that either you've experienced disappointment or you're worried about making the wrong choice and then being disappointed. And we have 3 of Wands. And 3 of Wands is about your ship coming in and your returns being greater than what you had hoped for. Interesting. Let's get a couple more of these tarot cards and see what else your ancestors want you to know at this time. Does pile number 3's ancestors want them to know? King of Pentacles. Now, King of Pentacles did come out in pile number 2, so that's another sign that pile number 2 may contain a message for you. And King of Pentacles is very practical, so you're being guided to take a practical approach to the choice that you make. What you invest your resources in. Now, this could be money, but it could also be time and energy, emotions. What other guidance does pile number 3's ancestors have for them? What other guidance does pile number 3's ancestors have for them? All right, let's see. King of Athens, 2 kings, and pile number 2 also got 2 kings, although it wasn't the King of Athens. The King of Athens is very logical. And we see here a document. We see all of these documents, so there could be something big that you're planning to do or purchase, signing a contract. You want to make sure that you're very practical. Do your research, read the fine print. Take a logical and practical approach to this. Maybe even consult a legal professional if you feel that you need the legalese, the wording kind of interpreted for you, explained for you by an attorney or some kind of professional who has knowledge about these matters that you may be considering. I'm hearing that somebody might actually be writing a will. And so you may want to consult an estate attorney. Could also be something about taxes, ways to word and leave assets to benefactors so that they're not left with taxes to pay. And it could also be that you're experiencing this bigger return in something. It could be a bigger return in your taxes or some investment that you made, and now you're looking to reinvest that money. So your ancestors are guiding you to take a practical approach and get advice from a finance officer, somebody who is a professional in making these types of investments. All right, 3 more came out. The Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, what I see is that you are going to be making, very practical choices that you'll be happy with, that are setting you up for the future so that you can be independent. And you're even thinking about your subjects, your benefactors, your descendants, and how your choices will impact them in the future, and your legacy, what you will leave for them. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So perhaps some of you are looking at new ways to invest. And I am definitely not a financial advisor, but a financial advisor will be able to help you, whether you're deciding on this kind of product or that kind of product. And we see here all of these sheep, and they're telling me, count how many sheep you have, that you have this abundance, and look at this nice big house. So you're really starting to make progress. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, again, seek assistance from a professional. And the 5 of Athens. So the 5 of Athens is, this buyer is examining this craftsman's work. And then we see a peacock over here and a peacock feather. So there's this idea of having high standards. So if you don't settle for anything, have high standards. That's what you deserve. Use a discerning eye, examining all the products that you're presented. Maybe even get a second opinion. Really interesting. I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna move a couple of these cards so that we have space over here for some of these larger cards. There we go. All right, let's get some oracle cards and see what other messages your ancestors have for you today. Pile number 3. What messages does pile number 3's ancestors have for them? I'm hearing financial freedom. You are going towards financial freedom, and look at this. Prosperity, luck, love. Yes. So this is a fertile time for you to invest. And of course, you always want to be cautious with your money, but I see wishes coming true and you attaining that wealth, that ability to provide for yourself and others. You have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, which is really amazing and wonderful. And I see you, raising your standard of living. And you enjoying what you're doing. We see these ladybugs, which are symbols of luck, and we have basil, which are symbols of prosperity, money, and we see this heart-shaped ladybug. So for some of you, there may even be luck in love, if that's something that you are interested in. But financial freedom seems to be the overall message. And planning for the future. I see you planning for the future. Wasps and bees will, they make these little containers to store honey, to store food, to store larvae, eggs, and so that as things develop, they're nurturing them. So I see you, making deposits and then letting them mature over time. But I don't see that it's going to take too long for mature. The life cycles of paper wasp and bees, they go from egg to adult very rapidly in about a month. So I see that these investments that you are making or have already made, you're getting a better return and them maturing very rapidly. This is wonderful news. Pile number 3, and so specific. We do also have a rabbit here, which is fertility, and I believe there was a hare. And actually, now that I look closer at it, the ears are long, that it's actually a hare. I believe there was a hare from another deck in pile number 2 as well. So again, if you were drawn to pile number 2, I feel that there is a message for you there. Broom, energy clearing, freshening. All right, out with the old, in with the new is what I'm hearing. That's what they're telling me. And so there could maybe even be something that you're looking to sell to free space up. If you are a person that deals in cryptocurrency or stocks or some kind of financial product that's sellable, or maybe real estate that then you can reinvest, that may be a possibility. That might be something that you've been thinking about. So I would say, again, do your research before you make any decisions. Get advice from multiple professionals, people that have done it. But also energetically, you can free up space in your physical environment, and that will energetically invite a freshening of new and better things into your life. Let's draw another one of these. What other message do you have for pile number 3 from their ancestors? What other message does pile number 3's ancestors have for them? Oh, so there we go. Mushrooms, recycling, breaking down problems. So again, it could be a matter of you selling one thing to invest in something else. You taking energy from one resource and use it for something else. Like they're showing me in a garden how last season's growth after it has completed its life cycle being cut down, but then left on the ground to decompose and provide nutrients for the next season's growth. So it's that kind of energy. Not wasting anything. Let's draw a card or two or three from this deck. Let's see what messages they revealed from your ancestors. All right, we already have this one. The Soothsayer. Right, again, I see you trying to predict some kind of trend for an investment or a business, your work, your career, yeah. And I think that this is a positive card, and that you will be successful again at creating financial wealth, financial freedom for yourself by being practical, doing your research, and seeking advice from professionals. I don't know if you heard that motorcycle outside just as I was sharing that, but I feel like, yeah, you're moving forward in this endeavor. All right, we have the Wayfarer. We see somebody that is traveling light, but they have everything they need, and what they don't need, they'll be able to trade or bargain for on their journey. Some of you may even be thinking about taking a trip, and it may be related to work or your investments. Maybe you are thinking about moving to another state or another country and investing in real estate or business there. So perhaps you're traveling somewhere to check it out. Check out some potentials. Oh, let's see what these are. All right, we have the Seer. Again, this is like the Soothsayer. Yeah, I just feel like you really have luck on your side, and you're going to choose the right path for your investment in time, energy, money, emotions. And the Storyteller. Interesting. I want to check the guidebook about these two cards. Give me one moment and I'll be right back. All right, it's really interesting. The Wayfarer card in the guidebook reads, she pulls her weathered boots on. Each callus has its own place in them. Another day of journeying awaits, new places to discover, new people to meet, all of them brimming with stories. The Wayfarer represents our curiosity and desire to learn. She reminds us that opening ourselves to new ideas and rejecting prejudice are fundamental to the process of learning. She recognizes arrogance as a hindrance and welcomes humbleness as a precious gift. So what I see is, again, it's very practical energy. And what I see is that by getting out there and meeting people, listening to their stories, people that are successful, people that have already achieved the level of success that you want to achieve, listening to their stories, you're going to hear little nuggets. If you can even put yourself in the presence of these people, to meet them and actually get to talk to them firsthand in person, or take their class, if there's a free workshop or something. But for many of you, I feel that these are more encounters that you have serendipitously as you are traveling throughout your journey. So that can be, traveling to work and back, to the store, traveling to these places maybe where you're making purchases or doing research about things that you need for your business or career or investments. Again, if you actually are traveling, the people that you meet in these other locations may have stories for you that are going to give you some insight, some nuggets that's going to help you have this greater understanding, this expansion of growth, and you're going to be well on your way to financial freedom. Let's get a couple of cards from this deck. Let's see, what other messages does pile number 3's ancestors have for them? All right, here we go. Here is another card that came out in pile number 2. Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. So for some of you, becoming financially independent, independently wealthy, or finding financial freedom, that may be different from your predecessors, your parents, grandparents, and you are breaking that cycle of scarcity. You're moving beyond that ancestral pattern, which is huge because it's healing not only you and future generations, but time and space is an illusion. It's healing your whole family line. Very nice. And Knight, be brave and honest. Yeah, be brave and honest. There's that humbleness again. I do see you being humble as you progress, as you attain your wealth, your achievements. I'm hearing, remember where you came from. And it's interesting that it comes out right after Elder, move beyond your ancestral patterns, where you do want to heal your bloodline. You also want to respect those who came before you because they were surviving with the tools that they were given and doing the best that they could. And so honor the energy, the way that they paved for you, and respect that. And I do see you doing that. I see you being very practical and humble. But I also seen you raising your standard of living and creating this new path for your lineage. Really, really great reading. Very positive energy. I love this. I love it feels, very wealthy and abundant and prosperous. Successful. It feels very successful. So happy for you, pile number 3. I hope that this resonated, and please know that if you would like additional personalized readings, that you can now contact me through my website, which I've linked in the description box below. And for a limited time, if you purchase a private reading from me, I'll gift you a free channeling where you can commune, visit with your passed on loved ones and or ancestors or guides. Pile number 3, so happy for you, so excited for you. Congratulations on this level up and this new venture to attaining your freedom. Love it. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye.